Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃. Thank you for coming. And oh my god, for the subscribers, thank you so much for supporting the channel, loving the channel, being around, commenting, loving, sharing. Like, I really appreciate everybody that puts in the time to listen to whatever I have to say, and it just gives me like encouragement that you guys appreciate what I'm doing, and it also makes me or keeps me motivated. So I really want to thank you so much. And also, I hope you had happy holidays. I hope you celebrated the times that you had with your family, with your people, with your loved ones, whatever situation that you are in. I hope you enjoyed. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you this information that I came across myself, and it's from a fellow creator. Her name is Ashley in Africa. She's African American, and I love what she had to say. But yeah, guys, first watch this clip, come back, and let me say a few things about it.
My name is Ashley. My channel, Ashley in Africa. I talk about my experience living and doing business here on the continent of Africa. I am clearly living, okay? Adaptation is key. And for our people, I wonder why so many people say to me, you know, wow, you're so ingrained in the culture, you're so interested. Why is that? And I don't know why, other than I just am very curious, but also very interested. I think there is a desire to understand why, to remember why, to remember the things that we were removed from. And for my people, specifically in the US, African Americans, we have been so removed. We literally don't speak our language that is our own. We literally don't practice a religion that is our own. We literally are just so adaptive to the culture around us, right? The American culture, it is our culture, but it's all made up. None of it is traditional. None of it has come from anything other than the idea of capitalism. And we need to pay attention in this time. It's going to get harder for people to migrate, to assimilate, to even travel to the continent. And I don't mean this as it won't happen, it's going to be impossible. But for many people who understand travel internationally, if you're an African, continental African, and you've traveled, you know the challenges of even going to another African country. Having to go to the US or the West is much harder. Having to provide bank statements, having to provide a verified address, having to provide a letter of why you want to be there, bank statements to make sure that you can maintain yourself. That is the reality for millions of travelers and has been for decades, centuries. These things are going to happen in a different way, right? I just feel that, you know, the way geopolitically my home country is setting itself up, it may be challenging for Americans to have the freedoms and flexibilities globally that we've always had. And so be mindful of this, prepare. If you don't have your passport, you need to have your passport. If you can't get a passport, you need to uncover why you can't get it and get in motion. Get in motion. Get in motion. Don't put off things that you can handle today. You don't have to wait for 2024 to set things in action. And who knows, I might post this and it might be 2024. But you know, these things are going to get more challenging. The way we have allowed ourselves to be depicted on social media. I talk to many South Africans that are like, yo, it's bad in America, isn't it? You know, it's bad for you guys there. You know, what's happened? What's happened to you guys there? And there is an admiration, an appreciation, a respect that feels like it's dwindling. Because of the ways we've allowed ourselves to be portrayed, not only in traditional media, but social media, digital media. And not everybody wants us here, okay? And not everybody wants to go there. And so that perception is important because it affects our assimilation. It affects the way that we're able to come and, you know, assimilate into the culture, which is so important. It's so important to our longevity and to our success. Yes, there are so many things that we can bring that are positives, but there's so many things we need to learn, we need to understand, and we need to remember, and we need to also acknowledge so that we can look at our long-term stability in this country or whatever country it is that you decide to travel to or migrate to. the way in which we are showing up in social media and digital media is not a positive one. And yes, there are positive portrayals. We have to be a little bit more critical, a lot more critical of ourselves and our communities in order to sustain this next season. And whatever that looks like for you, whatever that work looks like for you, that's for you, right? And whatever feels good is what you should do and adopt to. And it will get harder before it gets easier. But hopefully you found people and inspiration in others, whether it's me or other content creators that are trying to share their experiences and their journeys for your benefit, because we need each other. And this is the season of collaboration, community, and growth. And sometimes it doesn't feel great. But it's what we need for sure.
As you've seen in the video, that is something that I really love when African American people or just Black people in the diaspora coming to the continent and speak about their experience in the African continent, and not just us, like me as an African, telling you about what to expect. And it's just something that I love. I'm seeing a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of Black people coming into the continent, and it just makes me happy. It just makes me feel good that it's no longer the times where we didn't have information to know about certain areas, especially the African continent. And so when these people come and speak about what they go through, what they are seeing, what they should warn you about, I actually think and I feel that it's important, especially to those that want to do or take the step but are really scared about it. She was talking about how it's going to be a little bit hard in the future for American people in general, not even just Black people, but in general. Because while some African countries, some African leaders are starting to step into their power, which I'm really loving, like the president of Burkina Faso, oh my God, I love what he's doing for Burkina Faso, changing the language from French to their language. Is just something I wish other African countries should start doing, and realizing that we are strong. We are strong in our true selves, and it's just amazing to see. So what she was trying to say as well is African countries, like I said, are starting to put restrictions on the kinds of people that are allowed to come into the continent. It's not like the previous years where if you were coming from the West, especially from the United States of America, you could just buy a ticket to any African country and you'd be there in a minute. There's a lot of criminal things that are going on in the world. There's a lot of trafficking of men, women, children. A lot of things are happening. So if that is happening, that means the African continent is trying to step up its game and understand that not everybody that comes in the continent has good intentions, but also it also comes to the Black American people in the diaspora that it's also going to affect you in the way of how you're coming in the continent. And also because when it comes to us as Africans going to the Western countries, we are required to send or submit a lot of documents, bank statements, your job, your relatives. It's a lot of things that you have to give for you to be able to go to the West. So if the tables turn, that means if you don't take the step right now to come and set your roots in the continent, your heritage, your motherland, then things might not be so well for you. And that means you have to decide now and know where the future is. Like, guys, the future is in the African continent. Everybody's running to come to the continent and set themselves up. Look at Russia, look at China, look at India, look at the Arabs. They are also coming back in the continent because that's where the future is. And so if these people are coming, why aren't you also doing that step? Why aren't you taking that step? So I just want to send this message before we end the year so that you can understand that these other groups of people are coming and you are left out. You are distracted. You are made to believe there is nothing for you in the continent, which is a lie. And you are fed a lot of lies of how we don't like you, how we don't appreciate you, how we don't welcome you, which are all lies. They tell you those things, but they are coming every single day. They are setting up things They are building up homes. They are creating their wealth in the continent, but you are distracted by what they tell you. And of course, like she said, we as Africans, because we migrate a lot to the Western countries or to other countries, we know the struggles that come with being a foreigner in a country. It's not that easy. It's not that flowers, that it's just you're welcome, everybody welcomes you, gives you open arms. Of course, they are challenges, but if you have people like this lady that come and tell you on the things that she sees and she's experiencing as an African American, as a person from the diaspora, it gives like a bit of encouragement. It gives a bit of strength that if she's doing it, why can't you do it? If she's surviving, how come you cannot do it? If these people that say it's all bad in the African continent in the media are coming in and don't want to leave, what makes you think you can't do the same thing? Like, why? It's more of when you come and get your true experience, and that's what makes it the spirit of being the African child. So I love that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you love the message. Enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year. Happy prosperous New Year. More blessings, more dreams, more achievements, more love, more prosperity. I just wish everybody a beautiful year, a beautiful life ahead. I welcome you all to the motherland. Come to the motherland, set your roots in the motherland, connect with the African people that are good people. Not everybody is good. Be cautious of who you communicate with, but overall, come and step into the continent and see the opportunities that you can have, the things that you can get access to, the things, the feeling, the culture, the people. Like, that's something that I wish and I hope I'm going to see a lot in 2024. I can't wait. Yeah, that's it for me in the video. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next video in next year. In the next year. Bye.